Hello students, welcome to the lecture on concept of marketing systems. Concept of marketing systems. And after this lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand vertical marketing system, define horizontal marketing system, explain wholesalers, discuss retailers, define definition of logistics, and explain warehouse management system. Marketing concept. Let's start today's lecture with the marketing concept. In the 1950s, the marketing concept emerged. As a business philosophy, the marketing concept is aimed at orienting a firm completely towards its customers. This course is based on the modern approach to marketing, which embraces the marketing concept. There are three basic propositions of this approach. Customer focus. Managers must shift their focus from an internal company perspective to the customer's viewpoint. Successful marketing requires a complete understanding of buyers and their needs. Coordination. All elements of the marketing program, known as the marketing mix, constitute an interrelated system, and therefore the program must be viewed and planned as a whole. Also, marketing itself must be closely interrelated with other business activities. Profit orientation. Profit, not just increased sales, is the goal of a firm. Because customer satisfaction is the path to profitability, customer focus is the logical focal point for profit planning. Vertical marketing system. A vertical marketing system, also called a VMS, is a business system in which suppliers in a product chain work in a cooperative arrangement designed for all businesses to receive the maximum benefit. This type of marketing system can be used by both small and large businesses. In the system, how much of the supply chain is owned by one business entity is its level of vertical integration. Advantages and disadvantages of vertical marketing systems. A vertical marketing system can seem to be very effective, but there are advantages and disadvantages to understand before signing a vertical marketing agreement. Efficient marketing. Having control of the entire marketing process from manufacturing to end user sales allows a company to analyze the process, find problems, and resolve those issues to become more efficient. Customer feedback on product issues can find its way back to the corporate marketing team at the manufacturing facility as opposed to being stopped by an independent retail outlet. Combining resources. A vertical marketing system allows the combined entity to benefit from the pooling of resources. For example, a vertical marketing system ships products from the manufacturer to distribution and then from distribution to the retail outlets. Idea limitation. One of the advantages of maintaining separate manufacturing, distribution and retail companies is the variety of companies available to work with. In a vertical marketing system, there are no outside ideas, and that can limit the ability of the organization to generate unique and effective solutions. Loss of focus. One of the things that helps a manufacturer to focus on improving manufacturing methods is that it can turn the distribution of the product over to another company. A vertical marketing system requires the involvement of all the member organizations, and that can bring manufacturers into strategy meetings on distribution and retailing. It can overwhelm a small business and negate the benefits of being able to outsource distribution and retail services. Three types of vertical marketing systems. A vertical marketing system is a form of cooperation between various levels of a distribution channel in which the various members work together to promote efficiency and economies of scale in the way products are promoted to customers, credit is provided to customers, and products are inspected and delivered to customers. Members of a vertical marketing system. The three components of a vertical marketing system are the producer, the wholesaler, and the retailer. The producer is the manufacturer that actually physically makes a product. The wholesaler purchases products from the producer and manages the distribution to retailers. Retailers in turn mark up the price further from the wholesaler and sell to the final users of the products. Corporate. A corporate vertical marketing system involves the ownership of all levels of the production or distribution chain by a single company. Contractual. A contractual vertical marketing system involves a formal agreement between the various levels of the distribution or production channel to coordinate the overall process. Franchising is a common form of a contractual vertical marketing system. Administered. An administered vertical marketing system is one in which one member of the production and distribution chain is dominant and organizes the nature of the vertical marketing system informally due to its sheer size. Horizontal marketing system. With the economy at a downturn, companies throughout many industries are finding it difficult to maintain the same profits. During tough economic times, rivalry between companies heavily increases. This means companies need to work especially hard to remain competitive and visible in consumers' eyes. A very powerful way of working together to combine financial, production and marketing resources to accomplish more than any one company could alone is called horizontal marketing system. Companies often join together to market an existing product or create a new distribution venture to market a new product because they lack tangible and intangible resources, physical and capital resources, and an established brand name in order to reach customers effectively for ultimately a successful joint effort. A great example of horizontal marketing systems that I found is how Apple and Starbucks announced music partnership in 2007. Wholesalers. I hope you understood what we just discussed. Now we will move further and study about wholesalers. A wholesaler, sometimes also called a distributor, is an important stop in the supply chain that gets products from manufacturers to consumers. It takes charge of goods from a manufacturer, usually in very large amounts, and in turn sells them to retail establishments at a marked up price. Types of wholesalers. It is important for a marketing manager to understand the role wholesalers play in a distribution system, what functions they provide, and the strategies they use. Each of the 10 major types of wholesalers is discussed. Merchant wholesalers. These wholesalers take title to the products they sell. For example, a wholesale lumberyard that buys plywood from the producer is a merchant wholesaler. General merchandise wholesalers. These are service wholesalers who carry a wide variety of non-perishable items such as hardware, electrical supplies, plumbing supplies, furniture, drugs, cosmetics, and automobile equipment. These wholesalers originally developed to serve the early retailers, the general stores. Single line or general line wholesalers. These are service wholesalers who carry a narrower line of merchandise than general merchandise wholesalers. For example, they might carry only food, wearing apparel, or certain types of industrial tools. Specialty wholesalers. These are service wholesalers who carry a very narrow range of products and offer more information and service than other service wholesalers. A specialty wholesaler might carry only automotive items and sell exclusively to mass merchandisers. Cash and carry wholesalers. These wholesalers operate like service wholesalers, except that the customer must pay cash. Some retailers, such as small auto repair shops, are too small to be served profitably by a service wholesaler. So service wholesalers set a minimum charge or just refuse to grant credit to a small business that may have trouble paying its bills. Or the wholesaler may set up a cash and carry department to supply the small retailer for cash on the counter. Drop shippers. These wholesalers take title to the products they sell, but they do not actually handle, stock or deliver them. These wholesalers are mainly involved in selling. They get orders from wholesalers, retailers or other business users and pass these orders on to producers. Then the producer ships the order directly to the customers. Truck wholesalers. These wholesalers specialize in delivering products that they stock in their own trucks. By handling perishable products in general demand, tobacco, candy, potato chips and salad dressings, truck wholesalers may provide almost the same functions as full-service wholesalers. Mail order wholesalers. These wholesalers sell out of catalogs that may be distributed widely to smaller industrial customers or retailers who might not be called on by other middlemen. These wholesalers operate in the hardware, jewelry, sporting goods and general merchandise lines. Producers cooperatives. These wholesalers operate almost as full-service wholesalers with the profits going to the cooperative's customer members. Cooperatives develop in agricultural markets where there are many small producers. Rack jobbers. These wholesalers specialize in non-food products sold through grocery stores and supermarkets, and they often display them on their own wire racks. Most grocers do not want to bother with reordering and maintaining displays of non-food items, housewares, hardware items and books and magazines because they sell small quantities of so many different kinds of products. Retailers. After the wholesaler, the next participant in the process of selling goods is retailers. In this section, we will study about retailers. A retailer is a person, agent, agency, company or organization which is instrumental in reaching the goods, merchandise or services to the ultimate consumer. Retailers perform specific activities such as anticipating customers' wants, developing assortments of products, acquiring market information and financing. Types of retailers. There are 7 main types of retailers which can be defined by the size of their business and the way in which they sell their products. The 7 main types of retailers are department stores. This type of retailer is often the most complex, offering a wide range of products and can appear as a collection of smaller retail stores managed by one company. The department store retailers offer products at various pricing levels. This type of retailer adds high levels of customer service by adding convenience, enabling a large variety of products to be purchased from one retailer. Supermarkets. Generally, this type of retailer concentrates in supplying a range of food and beverage products. However, many have now diversified and supply products from the home, fashion and electrical products markets too. Supermarkets have significant buying power and therefore often retail goods at low prices. Warehouse retailers. This type of retailer is usually situated in retail or business park and where premises rents are low. This enables this type of retailer to stock, display and retail a large variety of goods at very competitive prices. Specialty retailers. Specializing in specific industries or products, this type of retailer is able to offer the customer expert knowledge and a high level of service. They also add value by offering accessories and additional related products at the same outlet. E-tailer. This type of retailer enables customers to shop online via the internet and buy products which are then delivered. This type of retailer is highly convenient and is able to supply a wider geographic customer base. Convenience retailer. Usually located in residential areas, this type of retailer offers a limited range of products at premium prices due to the added value of convenience. Discount retailer. This type of retailer offers a variety of discounted products. They offer low prices on less fashionable branded products from a range of suppliers by reselling end-of-line and returned goods at discounted prices. Functions of a retailer. Buying. A retailer buys a wide variety of goods from different wholesalers after estimating customer demand. He selects the best merchandise from each wholesaler and brings all the goods under one roof. In this way, he performs the twin function of buying and assembling of goods. Storage. A retailer maintains a ready stock of goods and displays them in his shop. Selling. The retailer sells goods in small quantities to the demand and choice of consumers. He employs efficient methods of selling to increase his sales turnover. Grading and packing. The retailer grades the goods which are not graded by manufacturers and wholesalers. He packs goods in small lots for the convenience of consumers. Risk bearing. A retailer always keeps stock of goods in anticipation of demand. He bears the risk of loss due to fire, theft, spoilage, price fluctuations, and so on. Transportation. Retailers often carry goods from wholesalers and manufacturers to their shops. Financing. Some retailers grant credit to customers and provide the facility of return or exchange of goods. In some cases, home delivery and after-sales service are provided by retailers. Logistics. Now we will move further and study about logistics. Logistics, in its most basic definition, is the efficient flow and storage of goods from their point of origin to the point of consumption. It is a part of the supply chain process that plans, implements, and controls the flow of goods. It can also be seen as the management of inventory in rest or in motion. Types of logistics. Return logistics, reverse logistics. In order to increase the sales as well as the market share, many companies advertise that their goods will perform well over a period of time. Few of the products sold may not perform as advertised over the specific period of time. Such products need to be brought back by the company to confirm good customer services. Military logistics. Military logistics is the art and science of planning and carrying out the movement and maintenance of military forces. In its most comprehensive sense, it is those aspects or military operations that deal with design, development, acquisition, storage, distribution, maintenance, evacuation and disposition of material, evacuation and hospitalization of personnel, acquisition or construction, maintenance, operation and disposition of facilities. Third-party logistics, 3PL. 3PL, third-party logistics, describe businesses that provide one or many of a variety of logistics-related services. Types of services would include public warehousing, contract warehousing, transportation management, distribution management, freight consolidation. Fourth-party logistics. Thus, a fourth-party logistics provider is a supply chain integrator that assembles and manages the resources, capabilities and technology of its own organization with those of complementary service provider to deliver a comprehensive supply chain solution. It leverages the competencies of third-party logistics providers and business process managers to deliver a supply chain solution through a centralized point of contact. Inbound logistics. Creation of value in a conversion process heavily depends on availability of inputs on time. Making available these inputs on time at point of use at minimum cost is the essence of inbound logistics. All the activities of a procurement performance cycle come under the scope of inbound logistics. Outbound logistics. Value-added goods are to be made available in the market for customers to perceive value. Finished goods are to be distributed through the network of warehouses and supply lines to reach the consumer through retailers' shops in the market. Now, the size of shipment, modes of transport and delivery time are different as compared to inputs. Activities of shipment, distribution performance cycle come under the scope of outbound logistics. Warehouse management system. I hope you understood what we just discussed. Now we will move further and study about warehouse management system. A warehouse is the area a business uses to store inventory items. Inventory normally includes products that a business sells or manufacturers, and in many cases can include materials and tools that are used in production processes. Best tips for warehouse inventory management. Accurately managing the inventory in a warehouse can make or break the success of a business. Some of the best tips for warehouse inventory management involve establishing a system for physically counting the merchandise, setting a schedule for recounting, and establishing an inventory management software program that allows staff to easily account for the incoming and outgoing of the merchandise or products. The first step in setting up an accurate warehouse inventory management is to have one or more employees physically count the products or merchandise. Physical counts should take place at least 2 to 3 times per year. Proper warehouse inventory management also requires reconciliation of inventory records. This entails a physical recounting of the products or merchandise. One of the best ways to manage inventory in a warehouse is to find the right balance between a computer inventory system and human inventory management. The automated inventory system can also alert a business owner or employee in the company when it is time to reorder specific items. This helps to ensure that there is never too much or too little of the merchandise on hand. Summary. Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. A vertical marketing system, also called a VMS, is a business system in which suppliers in a product chain work in a cooperative arrangement designed for all businesses to receive the maximum benefit. A very powerful way of working together to combine financial, production and marketing resources to accomplish more than any one company could alone is called horizontal marketing system. A wholesaler distributes the assembled goods among a large number of retailers scattered at different places. Logistics, in its most basic definition, is the efficient flow and storage of goods from their point of origin to the point of consumption. Proper warehouse inventory management also requires reconciliation of inventory records. This entails a physical recounting of the products or merchandise. An inventory or warehouse manager generally is responsible for designing and optimizing a warehouse management system.